Constitution of the United States
that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
How come we can hear her and not
allegiance to the
Colin?
same,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same,
that I take this obligation
She has a microphone on
that
her.
I take this obligation
And she's
freely
too far
without
away from
any
the mic.
mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion,
that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the office on which I am about
Mom.
to enter.
the office upon which I am about to enter.
So help me God.
So help me God.
There you go. American history right there.
I'm slapping my leg because I can't clap.
I know she's not who you wanted, but I'm so glad it's her. I don't know who got more. I wanted her. I love her.
I know, I love Kamala.
Bye, Pence.
Grandma wanted Lauren.
Yeah. Yeah, but we needed a woman of color.
God
Fuck
forgive
you,
us.
motherfucker.
God forgive us now.
Oh, okay.
PMS.
That got violent.
She's gonna be firing missiles all over the place.
Have you seen how worked up these men get? Get out of here.
Thank you.
Yeah, but have you seen a woman on PMS?
Please welcome Jennifer.
Yeah, it's a lot less than the men that cry on these TVs.
iPad.
Oh shit.
Oh.
J-Lo, baby.
Oh, boy, you brought the house.
Woo!
Don't fall down.
Oh, your pants
I know, right? Give Biden a fist bump. Georgia, I wonder how nerve-wracking those must be.
So they had a white girl and a Boricua girl.
What is she singing?
God bless America. She's gonna sing Jenny from the Block.
I wish.
Jesus Christ.
This land is your land.
Oh, she had auto-tune built in.
This land is my land.
Yep.
From California to the New York Islands, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I went walking down every bit of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Oh, this land, this land was made for you and me.
Sorry, this thing keeps shifting off, sorry. Oh, this land. This land was made for you and me. You and me.
Hold me up! Hold me up! You know what that stands for? POW, P-O-W, Prisoners of War, MIA, M-I-A, Missing in Action. Those are Americans that are still missing in action, and some of them are still prisoners of war.
From sea to shining sea.
We're represented twice today.
Una nación bajo Dios indivisible con libertad y justicia para todos.
Oh, nice. Spanish.
That's right, baby.
I look at Biden's little face in the glass. Give Biden a high five.
Well, that was great. The sun is shining, and Mr. President-elect, this is the first inauguration in the history of America where J-Lo was the warm-up act for Chief Justice Roberts. It is now my distinct honor to introduce the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of the United States, John Roberts, to administer the presidential oath to the next President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the oath of office, followed by musical honors.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for.
They're early, ahead of time.
Remember they said it would be done.
It
Yeah.
has to happen before noon, because at noon time he takes over.
Someone's right.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly swear
I, Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., do solemnly
I
swear
did not know Robin
that I
was
will
his name.
faithfully execute
that I will faithfully execute
the office of President of the United
the
States
office of President of the United States
and will, to the best of my ability,
and will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend
preserve, protect, and defend
the Constitution of the United States.
the Constitution of the United States.
So help you God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
Again, Georgia, I have to hit my leg. I don't have a hand.
Look at Mitch's face. Absolute cocksucker. Look at him.
And say
Fucking
shit now,
piece of shit.
motherfucker. That's been cocky. Is it? Not like that.
I love that he wiped it down.
The grandkids are like, my grandpa, the president.
Oh, there goes his grandbaby son.
Georgia, you get that thing where it tells you like where you're from and who you're related to?
Ladies and gentlemen, please be
That
seated.
thing, I forgot what it's called. Yes. Get ancestry. Get thing.
Vamos, vamos.
11:50. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes.
It's a good song though.
10 more minutes. Till he takes over. I don't know. I guess they have to sit there for.
The cupcakes are on their way.
Woo!
It's like magic.
Mia, 10 more minutes.
And what happens?
He takes over.
Biden now has to make a speech.
Dito, everyone's always making fun of his stuttering. He must be like saying his lines over and over and over and over and over and over in his head.
Or the military does something first?
I like that shit stuff.
I love anyone with a stutter. It's so cute.
But when I stutter, y'all make fun of me.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes, I do, Georgia. Georgia, I do.
800% correct.
begins in 9 minutes.
My fellow Americans, a moment we have all been waiting for. It is now my great privilege and high honor to be the first person to officially introduce the 46th President of the United States, Joseph R.
Biden. Now my leg hurts. Ow.
Chief Justice Roberts, Vice President Harris,
That's right. That's right.
Speaker Pelosi, Leader Schumer, Leader McConnell, Vice President Pence, my distinguished guests, my fellow Americans. This is America's day. This is democracy's day. A day of history and hope, of renewal and resolve. Through a crucible for the ages, America has been tested anew, and America has risen to the challenge. Today, we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate, but of a cause, the cause of democracy. The people, the will of the people has been heard, and the will of the people has been heeded. We've learned again that democracy is precious, democracy is fragile, and at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed. So now, on this hallowed ground where just a few days ago, violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation, we come together as one nation, under God, indivisible, to carry out the peaceful transfer of power as we have for more than 2 centuries. As we look ahead in our uniquely American way, restless, bold, optimistic, and set our sights on the nation we know we can be and we must be. I thank my predecessors of both parties for their presence here today. I thank them from the bottom of my heart. And I know the resilience of our Constitution and the strength of our nation, as does President Carter, who I spoke with last night, who cannot be with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime in service. I've just taken the sacred oath each of those patriots have taken. The oath first sworn by George Washington. But the American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us. On we, the people, who seek a more perfect union. This is a great nation. We are good people.
Wait, man, you said that
And over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far. But we still have far to go. We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do in this winter of peril and significant possibilities. Much to repair, much to restore, much to heal, much to build, and much to gain. Few people in our nation's history have been more challenged or found a time more challenging or difficult than the time we're in now. Once-in-a-century virus that silently stalks the country. It's taken as many lives in 1 year as America lost in all of World War II. Millions of jobs have been lost. Hundreds of thousands of businesses closed. A cry for racial justice, some 400 years in the making, moves us. The dream of justice for all will be deferred no longer. A cry for survival comes from the planet itself. A cry that can't be any more desperate or any more clear. And now, a rise of political extremism, white supremacy, domestic terrorism, that we must confront and we will defeat.
Nice, baby, nice.
To overcome these challenges, to restore the soul and secure the future of America, requires so much more than words. It requires the most elusive of all things in a democracy: unity. Unity. In another January, on New Year's Day in 1863, Abraham Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. When he put pen to paper, the president said, and I quote, "If my name ever goes down into history, it'll be for this act, and my whole soul is in it." My whole soul was in it. Today, on this January day, my whole soul is in this. Bringing America together, uniting our people, uniting our nation. And I ask every American to join me in this cause. Uniting to fight the foes we face: anger, resentment and hatred, extremism, lawlessness, violence, disease, joblessness, and hopelessness. With unity, we can do great things, important things. We can right wrongs. We can put people to work in good jobs. We can teach our children in safe schools. We can overcome the deadly virus. We can reward work and rebuild the middle class and make healthcare secure for all. We can deliver racial justice, and we can make America once again the leading force for good in the world.
2 more minutes.
I know speaking of unity can sound to some like a foolish fantasy these days. I know the forces that divide us are deep and they are real.
2 minutes.
But I also know they are not new. Our history has been a constant struggle between the American ideal that we're all created equal and the harsh, ugly reality that racism, nativism, fear, demonization have long torn us apart. The battle is perennial, and victory is never assured. Through Civil War, the Great Depression, World War, 9/11, through struggle, sacrifice, and setbacks, our better angels have always prevailed. In each of these moments, enough of us have come together to carry all of us forward. And we can do that now. History, faith, and reason show the way of unity. We can see each other not as adversaries, but as neighbors. We can treat each other with dignity and respect. We can join forces, stop the shouting, and lower the temperature. For without unity, there is no peace, only bitterness and fury. No progress, only exhausting outrage. No nation, only a state of chaos. This is our historic moment of crisis and challenge. And unity is the path forward. And we must meet this moment as the United States of America. If we do that, I guarantee you we will not fail. We have never, ever, ever, ever failed in America. We've acted together. And so today, at this time, in this place, let's start afresh. All of us. Let's begin to listen to one another again. Hear one another. See one another. Show respect to one another. Politics doesn't have to be a raging fire, destroying everything in its path.
Georgia, what'd you do?
Every disagreement
Georgia.
doesn't have to be a cause for total war.
Good.
And we must reject the culture in which facts themselves are manipulated and even manufactured.
He has officially taken over. It is now 12 p.m.
My fellow Americans, we have to be different than this. America has to be better than this. And I believe America is so much better than this. Just look around. Here we stand in the shadow of the Capitol Dome, as was mentioned earlier, completed amid the Civil War, when the Union itself was literally hanging in the balance. Yet we endured. We prevailed. Here we stand, looking out on the great mall where Dr. King spoke of his dream. Here we stand where 108 years ago, at another inaugural, thousands of protesters tried to block brave women marching for the right to vote. And today, We mark the swearing in of the first woman in American history elected to national office, Vice President Kamala Harris.
Woo!
Tell me things can't change. Here we stand, across the Potomac from Arlington Cemetery, where heroes who gave the last full measure of devotion rest in eternal peace. And here we stand, just days after a riotous mob thought they could use violence to silence the will of the people, to stop the work of our democracy, to drive us from this sacred ground. It did not happen. It will never happen. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Not ever.
Okay, I have to stop recording. I'm just gonna do another one and then post that one. And it's just gonna, I don't know if this is part 3 or part 4, so I'm just gonna put part 4. I don't know, so.
I'm humbled by the faith you place in us.